Namaste, myself Triveni Khurana, Assistant Professor, Faculty of Physiotherapy and Diagnostics. We are going to discuss today about neurological assessment. In order to provide the best care and plan the best treatment, a thorough assessment must be undertaken. It is the most important step in the rehabilitation process. It helps to guide our clinical reasoning and decision when making informed decisions about the rehabilitation process. Johnson and Thompson outlined that treatment can only be as good as the assessment on which it was based. So, in order for us to progress and manage our treatment plan and ensure we are identifying out patient problem, the assessment should be an ongoing and continuous process. Neurological assessment focuses on the nervous system to assess and identify any abnormalities that affect function and activities of daily living. It should allow us to create individual, patient-centered goals and ultimately tailored treatment plan based on the patient need. So, for the proper neurological assessment, we can use an SOAP format as a guide. Now, first taking about subjective neurological assessment. The subjective assessment is used to provide a detailed picture of how the present condition affects the patient. For this, first taking or collect his demographic data, including name, age, gender, occupation, dominant hand, address, chief complaint, what is his or her present complaint or problem for which he or she has visited the therapist. Now, history of present condition, progression of the condition, date of onset of signs and symptoms, medical management, medical observations, other management, previous therapy, results of specific investigations, including X-ray, CT scan, blood test, collecting past medical history, comorbidities and other non-related conditions, special equipment, technology dependency, previous surgery, medication history, history of any allergies. Next, collecting personal history including marital status, occupation, activity, normal daily routine, employment, leisure activities, smoking and drinking habits, mobility, which may be general, indoor, outdoor, steps and stairs, falls. Next, collecting personal care including washing, continence, dressing and other. Now check vision, hearing, swallowing, fatigue, pain, perception of on problems, which is the main concern, expectations of the treatment. Next, collecting family history including total number of family members, his or her primary caretaker, collecting the socio-economic history including family income source, relationship with community people, social situation, family support, accommodation, social service support. Now next is objective neurological assessment, under which first is on observation including build, gait, pattern of movement, mode of ventilation, type or pattern of respiration, edema, muscle wasting, pressure source, deformity, wounds, external appliances, involuntary movements which may be tremor, clonus, chorea, associated reactions including posture and balance, checking for alignment and attitude of limb, neglect, sitting balance, standing balance. Check for vital signs including respiratory rate, temperature, pulse rate, blood pressure, oxygen saturation. Now moving towards on examination. Check for higher mental function, level of consciousness with the help of Glasgow Coma Scale, communication, check for aphasia, check for cognition, orientation for person, place and time, check for calculation, registration, attention, proverb interpretation, memory check for immediate, recent and remote, verbal, visual, language, visuospatial proficiency. There are various outcome tools via which we can address his cognitive status incorporating various components such as mini mental status examination, mini COG, Montreal cognition assessment. Now check for perception including body scheme, body imaging, neglect, agnosia, apraxia. Common tools to assess perceptual problems are star cancellation test, line bisection test, clock drawing test. Now moving towards cranial nerve examination, which first is sensory examination for superficial sensation including pain, temperature, touch, pressure. Check for deep sensation for movement sense, position sense, vibration sense. Check for cortical sensations, tactile localization, 2-point discrimination, stereognosis, barognosis, graphesthesia, texture recognition, double simultaneous stimulation. Now going towards the motor examination, in which test for tone, which may be decreased or flaccid. If increased, it may be spasticity or clasp knife, rigidity or cog wheel or lead pipe. Outcome tools for testing tone is modified Ashworth scale or Tardio scale. Now check for range of motion, both active and passive. Check for muscle strength by MMT or myotomes can be used. Check for endurance for both muscular endurance as well as cardiovascular. Check for reflexes, deep and superficial reflexes both. Check for muscle length or muscle tightness. Check his limb length measurement. Check for limb girth measurement. Check his balance, both static and dynamic as well. Now by outcomes tool, that is Berg balance scale, timed up and go test, that is TUG, and BES test. Next is check for coordination, equilibrium, non-equilibrium by Roebuck test. Next is assessment of gait including step length, stride length, base width, cadence. Next, check for any biomechanical deviations. Next, check for other systems or system review including integumentary system for skin status, pressure source. Assess his respiratory system for respiratory rate, secretions, pattern of breathing, chest wall or thoracic spine deformity. Next, assess cardiovascular system for DVT. Assess his musculoskeletal system for contractures, any subluxations, any joint pathology. Check for bowel and bladder function for incontinence. Assess his gastrointestinal system. Assess his autonomic system for vasomotor, pseudomotor, trophic changes, postural hypotension, for reflex sympathetic dystrophy. Now check or assess his functional assessment by functional independence measure, by modified Barthel index. Now, problems list can be generated from International Classification of Function, Disability and Health. After this, functional diagnosis should be made. Now, plan goal setting, including short-term goal and long-term goals. Now, decide treatment and then reassessment. Reassessment includes resisting or retesting objective measures such as outcome tools after a certain period of intervention. It helps to know the progression of the patient and in determination of the time to achieve the goal set. In reassessment, it is very necessary to assess both facilitators and barriers for a better outcome. It is vital to let the patient or patient party and other health professionals know about the result of reassessment and compare it with previous assessment results. It helps to plan further in treatment strategies. Thank you.